There's Mopar to save. I'm coming, buddy. All right, Mopar people, welcome back to the channel. I'm just Mopar Joe. Behind me is the 79 D150 Little Red Express. You see her there. I built a hydraulic roller 360 to go back in there. Its numbers matching, all that jazz. But right now it's a little lazy, and I'll show you what I mean. The goal of this video is to pep it up some. So we're going to play with some timing, do a little bit of tuning stuff, and be sure it's happy before it goes home. So y'all hang out. First step, I will get this thing started up and up to temperature. Actually, before I do that, I've got an AFR meter I'm going to screw in. I wonder if you can see that. To that bung right there we had included in the collector whenever I had the exhaust put together. So let me get it screwed in first. We'll see what we're idling at as the AFR and go from there. I know for a fact right now it'll start running drive and it's okay, but I mean a little lazy as one, either it needs more initial timing, or two, it needs a little lighter spring in the distributor. Because I can tell after about 2,000, 2,500 RPM, it really kicks in. So that by that point, the weights have flung out in the distributor and it's at full mechanical advance then. It likes our total number, I think. Everything seems nice with it. I want to say we're at 34, but I'll double check today. And our initial is somewhere around 16, but it still has the stock distributor springs in it from Firecore, and I've got 2 or 3 sets that I can play with. So let's get to work. Also, fun fact, we're going to set our initial timing. That's what I would like to raise. We don't want it so high that the truck won't start. This truck has a Power Master mini starter on it. That is pretty nice, and it whirls over really, really easily right now. So we shouldn't have an issue. I am going to check the crank and compression in this video because Ed had asked me to, and I'd like to know anyway. We should be on the edge or a happy edge for running 91 to 93 octane. So that's what we planned on. We should, I think we're around 9.5 to 1. These are iron heads. Our cam's pretty conservative. And our dynamic compression is right at the limit of cast iron heads. So if you want to check any of that stuff, go to Go Fast Math and you can put your information in there. I did that in a separate video, I believe, when I was building this engine. Once my gauge is hooked up and we start and get up to temperature, I'm going to add initial timing until the engine stops increasing RPM. So we'll be able to watch that on my timing light. I'll give it a little more, a little more, a little more. It'll increase, and we will slowly screw in our idle screw to decrease it down to around 1,000, just as a baseline deal. When we find that level, then we'll know what to set our advance at in this Firecore distributor. Got my gauge plumbed through there. 2 alligator clips. That was just grounded there. We'll see if it grounds or not. Or I can move them over. And we'll have ourselves a mobile AFR meter. Our current initial is 31 at 1,000 RPM with the vacuum advance hooked up. We're going to disconnect it to check the initial timing. I've got to cap it off. 18 degrees. See how fat it is over there? Very fat. 34 at 3,000 RPM. 18 to 34 is 12 and 4, 16 degree split. So I think we need to raise the initial. So I'm going to pull the breather off, or Jay will, and we'll loosen the distributor. The point of that was to show you how lazy it is right now. Now we add timing. Jay's gonna start it in just a second. We got our distributor loose. I'm gonna keep advancing it, and we're gonna watch the RPMs. So, floating around 800. It went up to 900, little by little. I think I can get it. I'm gonna take it back down to about 900. It was on 800 actually. So we know the weights aren't moving at all yet. You want it as low and smooth and calm as it can get. Do we have an increase in? It's still on 800? We know we don't need 31 initial. So let's back back. What should we have? We want it to be as high as it can get until it stops idling up, and then we'll back it up a little. So right now it's 24 initial, and we know our happy total is 34. So we would want a 10 degree split in the mechanical. I'm gonna probably give it 12 degrees and go back to 22. And right now I'm not sitting here revving it. You see people, well, when I do that, it would be going to 42 or 44. And that's not just real healthy for it all the time. One, to just sit and free rev it, but it doesn't gain us anything. I might just rev it a little bit to clear it out, but I'm not trying to make it ping or anything like that. So let's go to 22. Our starter test is on 24 degrees hot right now. Go ahead, Jay. I don't think it had an issue at all, so we're gonna pull 2 more out of that for our new initial. So we're gonna lock it back down at our original 18 initial, which is 34 total, and I'm going to add mechanical advance inside the distributor, and I will show you how. Here we are. This distance right here. That's the amount of mechanical advance we have right now. I'll pull off the rotor. Here you are, Jay. And down in there, through that big hole, it's gonna appear a screw and some springs. So Jay, I need you to bump it over with that push button thing. The screw is showing right there that we need to loosen. There's one 180 degrees from that, but we have to loosen this one first. Now Jay's gonna lightly bump it until the other screw shows up, and I'll tell you when to stop. A little bit, little bit, little bit, barely. Perfecto. We're gonna change that gap right there. Here's our new amount of advance, which is less than before. We'll have to crank it up and check to see what it exactly is. 28 total now. We gotta turn it back up to 30.
Jay, let's try that.
We're gonna retry our lazy test since we added, it's on 34 total, and we got 20, roughly 23, 22 initial. Start it up, Jay. Starts easy. The vacuum advance is still disconnected and capped off right there. You go that way. Now that we have the timing pretty close, we can adjust the carburetor since it's super rich right now for the idle mixture screws. You can start it, sir. So that's really fast. So that we know we're ready to drive, but we're gonna put the breather on and everything exactly like you would normally drive it down the road, and double check our idle AFR again, because it's gonna change, but it's a lot more responsive now and not so lazy. Let's load her down, Jay. Our next step will be drive it and watch our AFR. Wipe her off a little. Idling at 14. It becomes harder to do a tuning video when you end up with some junk parts. So here's our PCV. I had it right there in that brand new grommet. And you'll see what our vacuum does between that one and that one. I stole that off the lunch break truck just for a test. So right now, vacuum advance is unplugged. Here's the old PCV. I'll plug in and let you hear it, because we have a nice high idle in park, I drop it in gear and the thing starts jumping and hopping and bucking and all that stuff. The vacuum goes wild. So here's our vacuum gauge. I'll let you watch it as well. And then we'll plug in the new PCV and you'll get to see what we're up against. Yes, 11 and a half, 12. It almost dies. Okay. Look at us at 15. Yes, it needs to go in here. See how much smoother that is? This will be our trip. PCV's replaced. Reset my idle mixture screws. Let's go for a ride. Let's see if we picked up anything here. Mission completed. Thank y'all for watching. John Roberts, the Little Red Express man, did remind me to make a playlist of everything I've done to this truck. Like Little Red Expresses and seeing progress on old Mopars, check that out. I'll put a link to it below. Thank y'all for watching, and I will catch you next time.